Hello and welcome. This is Rooflemonger. My friends, the road to EVO now begins as we have a lot of news on EVO 2023. We have news on the date, we have news on all the mainline games, prize pools, side events, and maybe even a little bit of a controversy. So that said, let's just dig right into it. So to start at the start, EVO 2023 will be running through August 4th, 5th, and 6th, and of course we'll be in Las Vegas yet again. And here are your main stage games: Street Fighter 6, Guilty Gear Strive, Dragon Ball FighterZ, Tekken 7, The King of Fighters 15, Melty Blood Type Lumina, Mortal Kombat 11 Ultimate, and Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. And yeah, you heard me right, Marvel is back at EVO. Now, we're going to go more in depth into the games themselves in a moment, but some other heavy hitters on the news front. Every single main stage game at EVO at minimum $25,000 prize pool. So that's pretty sweet, especially for a game like Marvel that's almost 12 years old now. And of course, that's minimum. For the bigger games like Tekken and Street Fighter, expect the prize pool to be even higher yet. So besides the games, besides the cool cash prize pools we got here, what else is going on at EVO 2023? So first off here, the EVO Showcase series does return. So expect things like panels, both from the community and from the developers themselves, musical showcases, game showcases where legends themselves can play some of the older games and have a lot of fun with that. I remember they did show last year Justin versus Daigo in Street Fighter 4, and that was really fun. And with those panels, especially the developer ones, expect maybe just a little bit of news for fighting games as well. If you're at EVO physically, there will be the EVO Arcade with all sorts of games, there will be Artist Alley where you can pick up all sorts of fun knickknacks, and a section for indie fighting game developers where you can try out the latest in new fighting games. And while it's not quite ready for the spotlight, it's not a main stage game, Grand Blue Fantasy vs. Rising will be there at EVO 2023 with a tournament. So get to try out the game yourself before it comes out officially. Now, as for the controversy, we'll save that for the end of the video, but first, let's talk about the games. And of course, number one with a bullet is Street Fighter 6, because of course it is. In a lot of ways, Street Fighter is the lifeblood of EVO. Maybe it's not always the most entered game, but it's kind of always the main event in a way. And with first year of Street Fighter 6 especially, it is definitely the main event this time around. Expected to wildly be the most entered game. By how much we don't know, but I do recall the first year of Street Fighter 5 breaking all records. And given how many years have gone by, I expect Street Fighter 6 to break all records again. If there is any one game to look at for EVO 2023, it's simply put, absolutely Street Fighter 6. Our next game to talk about here is Guilty Gear Strive, and I think it is very fair to say that Guilty Gear Strive has earned its place at EVO. Had a just absolutely fantastic showing last year, and the train's been going strong ever since. Guilty Gear Strive is a great game, and I expect it to be here for many more years to come. Not much else to say than that. Strive is solid, and it deserves to be here. Also coming to EVO 2023, Dragon Ball FighterZ. Now, Dragon Ball FighterZ, I was actually a little surprised because, to be realistic, Dragon Ball FighterZ is sort of entering the end of its lifespan. It's been around for many years now, over 5 years in fact, but you know, it's a little long in the tooth. That said though, it has a great history at EVO. It's one of the best fighting games of all time, let's get real. Maybe with the fusion meta, it's not everyone's favorite version of the game right now, but still, Dragon Ball FighterZ is an absolute classic. We all know it. One thing EVO is very good for is announcing games. So here, if anywhere, I think is the best possible place to announce a potential Dragon Ball FighterZ 2. As an older title, this might be the last year you might see Dragon Ball FighterZ at EVO, so let's hope it goes out with a blast. And hey, well, speaking of older title going out with a blast, we do have Tekken 7 returning for EVO, and it's no real surprise this will be the last main stage appearance of Tekken 7 at EVO, because we have Tekken 8 on the horizon. That said though, as a more mature game, the level of play of Tekken 7 has been absolutely phenomenal, especially in the last couple of years, reaching truly a worldwide presence with absolutely top level play at all corners of the planet. So if you're just looking for an exciting tournament to watch, Tekken 7 is absolutely going to be it. And for a game that's near and dear to my heart, we have the second year of The King of Fighters 15. So one issue I guess you could say that KOF had last year that won't be as prevalent this year is character variety, because the balance was, well, it was what it was. Let's put it that way, right? Now with Season 2, new balance, character variety across a bunch of tournaments is already doing much better than it was before. You're not going to see the same 3 or 4 characters in the game where you can play 50 plus characters. For my money, KOF 15 is simply put one of the best fighting games on the market, straight up. Looking forward to seeing how all the games and matches are going to play out at EVO 2023, especially now that Cronin won't be on just about every single team. Now here's a game I'm very happy to see return. That is Melty Blood type Lumina. So not every fighter needs to be the big AAA multi-million dollar project, right? Not every game needs the massive money esports backing behind it, although obviously it's at EVO. But yeah, I'm sure you've heard all the memes about Melty Blood's origins in, say, parking lots and bathrooms, and that's how the tournament scene was built, and for the most part, that's exaggerated, but still, very happy to see a smaller title get the spotlight here. After some patches not too long ago as well, gameplay-wise, Melty Blood is just about the best spot it's ever been in, especially compared to older revisions of the game, so it should be some exciting stuff. Now, going to that AAA multi-million dollar fighting game, we have Mortal Kombat 11 returning, and this actually surprised me a little bit. I love Mortal Kombat. I love Mortal Kombat. But Mortal Kombat 11 specifically, in a way, and I don't mean this in a derogatory way, but it's a dead game. Development on anything new ceased a long time ago. I believe it's over 2 years ago now was the last time anything happened for MK11. And frankly, as much as I love EVO, part of EVO is a marketing event, right? And I believe that's maybe part of the reason why it's there, as it's a great place to announce stuff. And we all know we're getting Mortal Kombat 12 announcements this year. So at EVO 2023, what better place to make some big Mortal Kombat 12 trailers than right here, right? Even if MK11 didn't get the support it should have got in the end, at least to my beliefs, I am happy it's here. One more final big tournament before we go straight to Mortal Kombat 12. And well, hey, speaking of one more big final tournament, we do have Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 returning to the main stage of EVO 2023, which means it gets that big $25,000 plus prize pool as well. Marvel's an old game, I don't need to tell you that, right? So it showing up main stage game is definitely surprising. However, that said, very few games have had a legacy at EVO over the years like Marvel vs. Capcom 3 has. Regardless of the year, regardless of who's up, it's pretty much almost always a big banger tournament full of just tons of exciting matches. Honestly, Marvel vs. Capcom 3 showing up one more time at EVO, it's special. Like straight up. It's surprising, it's great, everyone is happy, everyone's losing their minds, so this is definitely a tournament to watch if any one game to be watched. So that's the games. Now let's finally talk the controversy. What is the controversy? Well, it's top 8, because there is no more top 8. Now, to be fair, in the strictest sense of the term, yes, of course there is a top 8. However, will it be streamed? Will it be televised for you? No. It will now be top 6. Now, from like a purely managerial aspect, it makes perfect sense. Games run long, especially games like Dragon Ball, right? And on Sunday or Saturday night as well, that takes time. It takes many hours, and you got to pay venue fees to keep everything open, all that kind of stuff. It's just a big pain in the butt, and basically if you can cut out 2 matches, it'll save you a lot of overall time, and you can get to, your big final showdown grand finals a lot faster. What this basically means in the first rounds of top 8, whoever is in losers at first, the first 2 people out in losers, their matches will not be streamed or broadcasted. So no losers quarters, just losers semis and up, and obviously all the winners sides brackets matches. The term EVO top 8, I made top 8 at EVO, that has kind of been like one of the great gold standards of the fighting game community in terms of accomplishment. And now, say you do make that hallowed ground, you do make that EVO top 8, there's a chance you don't even show up on the stream, nobody even sees the game you play. Like, yeah, you get knocked out in losers, that sucks, but you still made top 8 at EVO, and nobody would see it. Like, I get it, I really do. From a management perspective, from putting on a show perspective, a show that doesn't end at like 4 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, doing this makes a lot of sense because it makes the show end earlier, and people are still awake to watch the end on Sunday night. However, from the viewer experience, let alone the person actually making top 8, it does feel like you're getting robbed just a little bit. It sucks because it's one of those deals where you absolutely see where they're coming from, but still it's in no way fun or enjoyable to actually deal with. I want to see all the top 8 matches. So I've already had a run through on Twitter, and for this specifically, the opinion seems to be kind of overwhelmingly negative. Though that said, top 6 versus top 8, I would love to hear your opinion on the matter in the comments below, so please post it. Now that unfortunateness aside, everything else about EVO 2023 looks absolutely fantastic. The main lineup of games is great. It's one of the best lineups they've ever had, in my opinion. And I'm sure the level of play will be fantastic, and overall the event itself will also be fantastic. That all said though, my friends, that is the news. So that is EVO 2023. EVO is the cornerstone of the FGC. It's where it all builds to, and every year it's the biggest deal, and I'm sure this year will remain much the same. So hope you're looking forward to it, because I definitely know I am. And otherwise, well, we're at the end of the video. So thank you very much for watching. Hope this video has found you well, and go out and play some fighting games.